Hey y'all, today we're going to talk about home buyers' mistake to avoid in 2023. Amelia here, your homeboy, the realtor from eXp Realty. About to touch on some of the things to avoid in 2023. I think it's important to understand that the market is sort of dwindling down. We are seeing where homeowners are being flexible with seller concessions. They're allowing home inspection. It's not as aggressive as it was in 2022, right? Early 2022 at least. And we're seeing a lot of negotiations where the buyers get to kind of dictate some of the things. Be aware also, although the market is going down, we are still in what I would consider a seller's market. There's still not enough inventory out there for the buyers. So right now we're still seeing, homes getting offered multiple offers, right? If it's let's say a beautiful neighborhood, a beautiful home, period. So I think it's important to understand some of the mistakes that people tend to do and what we want to avoid, right? It's important to not see properties before you're qualified for a home. It's happened before where some people want to see homes before they speak to a lender. They walk into a house, let's say it's $500,000, but then they only qualified for $300,000. You're going to fall in love with the amenities of these house, right? At a $500K, let's say you're looking at $1 million property, but you're only approved for $500. You're gonna fall in love with this property and all its amenities, right? Because ideally, this is what you would love to have. We all would love to rub the lamp of Aladdin, right? And make these wishes and magically let these things appear with granite counters or marble counters and marble backsplash on the kitchen and have the bathroom looking all decked out with marble, like if it's a hotel or something, right? But sometimes we need to understand that we may not qualify for that, and that's the reality. The beautiful thing is that if you go to a lender first before looking at a house, the lender will tell you what is the max budget you would qualify for, right? So let's say you're pre-approved. The lender tells me, hey, they're approved for this much. I set a filter up of homes that fit that criteria that you like and that price point. Oh, Emilio, I want 3 bedrooms. I want 2 bathrooms. I want this. If based on the market that you're looking in, that price point does not meet your needs, we need to sometimes be realistic. It's unfortunate, but it's how it happens. The beautiful thing, I will say, I am a former contractor and I could guide you to make the kitchen how you want it. Well, Emilio, I don't want to renovate. Well, the reality is sometimes we do have to make more money if you want more into your house, right? The easiest way to do that is getting a Home Depot card or Lowe's card, buying those things, paying them monthly, and doing the renovations yourself or having a contractor to guide you or do the work for you. So very important, not looking at a home before you get qualified. It's important to go talk to some lenders, find out what are your qualifications, find out what programs they have for you, right? Number 2 is don't underestimate your expenses. What does that mean, Emilio? Well, sometimes we tend to forget about that we have, costs associated on a property. Landscaping, are you going to cut the grass yourself or are you going to hire a contractor to do it? You always have to prepare for the unforeseen in a property. Just because you're buying a property doesn't mean that mechanicals do not get damaged. So we often have to prepare for these things. It's very similar to a car. You buy a brand new car, you drive it for a little while, your brakes go out, you need to go get the brakes done. You know what I'm saying? Or you get a minor leak. It's a new car. Well, what shouldn't happen? Well, sometimes it does happen. That's why they offer some type of warranty or insurances on it that you could protect from it. But sometimes at home, you're not going to get a brand new home all the time, right? Unless you find you get into a new construction home, then ideally that's what you want to get into. But don't underestimate your expenses. Understand we have gas, we have light, we have a lot of things that are associated within a property, and it's very important to calculate these things, right? Another thing is that we want to rush through buying a property. That is the worst thing to do. Oh, I mean, you only have 3 months to buy a house. My lease is going to be up. No, listen to me. If your lease is up, right, You need to be looking for homes at least 6 months prior to your lease being up, right? You need to get pre-approved and already on the road looking for homes, because that gives you enough time, right, to make sure you make a conscious and rational decision rather than just making a decision based on rush. Oh, this is the house that I need. I need to get out of here. Boom, bang. Thank you, ma'am. Holy crap. Whoa. A little too fast how I kind of speak, and I try to slow it down sometimes, but it just doesn't work, right? So feeling rushed to buy a house, you're going to make poor decisions. Take your time. Please take your time in purchasing a home. It's very important, okay? I remember the first time I bought a house. My wife and I sat down, we said, hey, listen, I'm doing real estate. I want to get into real estate. I don't qualify for real estate because I had a construction business at the time and I closed it down. So I wasn't showing enough income, right? So I had my accountant, and I would, pay a lot in expenses. So I would deduct those expenses. The reason why I didn't qualify. That's why it's important to talk to a lender. But so my wife was the next one up. My wife was the one that was ready to get a house. It would take her about 2 years before she could get a house, because she did have a foreclosure, right? A bankruptcy. She had a bankruptcy. And from that bankruptcy being discharged, it took 2 years before she could get a house. So what did we do? I worked 3 jobs. She worked 2 jobs. We saved as much money. And we was able to get pre-approved, right? And granted, we didn't get approved for much. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, I'm a former contractor. Why don't we find a foreclosure, right? We ended up finding a few properties. We would shop around. It was getting stressful. It really was getting stressful. And I could understand that sometimes you want what you want, but sometimes you can't get what you want. So for my wife, one of the biggest things is she wanted to walk into a basement. If she couldn't walk into a basement because she was scared or looked so daunting in the basement, that was not the house for her. So there were many times I would walk into a basement and be like, this basement is okay. And she's like, oh no, this is scary. So we had to literally walk out of there, right? It's so funny because I remember it till this day. And sometimes you want to make your wife happy. You want happy wife, happy life, right? That's the thing that they say. And given that I'm able to be flexible and fix anything, I was okay with anything, right? So we ended up buying a 2-family home in Meriden, Connecticut. It was a foreclosure. Neighborhood is freaking awesome. It was a side-by-side duplex. The beautiful thing about this house is that it was a foreclosure HUD home store property. If you go to hudhomestore.org, you'll find these homes that are foreclosures. Basically, these used to be government loans that were defaulted on due to non-payment, and HUD purchases these foreclosure homes and they put it on the market to sell to homeowners, primary resident homeowners. That means that people that are going to move into it. And a lot of times on these foreclosures, if you do a 10K streamline loan, again, talk to your lender. They will tell you. If not, we could talk about it. But we were able to do a 10K streamline loan where we were going to renovate up to $10,000, whatever the appraisal said was no good, that needed to get fixed. So the appraisal flagged a couple of things that I thought they would have flagged a couple more than what they chose. And it came out to be $7,000 to renovate those things. Boom. We got it. Fixed the property up with the contractor. And then I came in and started my work. I did a brand new roof. I redid the plumbing. I redid the mechanicals on. I changed from 1 boiler to 2 boilers because it had 1 boiler for both units. I did all new electrical in the entire house, if I didn't say that already. I did a walkway. What didn't I do? I did 2 bathrooms, 2 kitchens. I renovated the entire house. Now, I was able to rent for $2,200 and $2,500, which ideally makes me about $56,000 a year, and I could use that for the property that I'm in now, which is my son's condo. This property actually pays for both. So I'm lucky enough to purchase the property that pays for 2 mortgages, right? And I really don't pay much out of pocket. I don't think I pay anything at all. So that allows me to take the money that I make and my wife makes, and we're able to save. And now we're looking for another property now in Florida, right? We have 2 homes in Connecticut. Now we're looking into purchasing in Florida and probably relocating to Florida. So see, these are some of the things that we were able to do, but we made sure that we didn't look at homes that we did not qualify for. We made sure that we knew all the expenses associated with a property. We made sure that we did not rush through things. These are the things that will put you at a stressful point. Just take your time. Homes are not going anywhere. They're selling. There's not enough homes in the inventory. That's okay. But there are homes coming in the market. So please do not stress. You will get the home you want. Please make sure you subscribe. Hit the like button if you like this video. And feel free to call me at 860-938-0549 if you have any questions. I'd love to help you out. Many blessings to you all. Love y'all so much. Would love to guide you, help you any way I could. Consultant, doesn't matter. Just give me a call, hit me up. Love y'all. Peace out. You only live once. Take care.